What if you could start a business without having thousands of dollars? What if you don't need a big office, expensive equipment, or a huge team to get started? The truth is, many successful businesses begin much smaller than people imagine. A business doesn't have to start with a warehouse, employees, and a massive investment. Sometimes it starts with one person, one skill, one simple service, and one customer. The biggest mistake people make is waiting until they have enough money before they start. They say, I need more capital. I need a better location. I need expensive equipment. I need a website. I need employees. And months or even years can pass without them taking action. But there is another approach. Start with something simple. Find a problem, offer a solution. Get your first customer. Then reinvest your profits and grow. In today's video, we're going to look at 7 small businesses you can start with very little money, and more importantly, how you can turn a small beginning into something bigger. Let's get started. Business number 1. Cleaning services. The first business is one of the simplest businesses to understand. Cleaning services. People and businesses constantly need cleaning. Homes need cleaning. Offices need cleaning. Shops need cleaning. Restaurants need cleaning. Rental properties need cleaning. And many people don't have the time or desire to do everything themselves. That's where you come in. You don't necessarily need a huge amount of money to begin. You may need basic cleaning supplies, protective equipment, transportation, and a way to find customers. Start with people you already know. Offer to clean homes, offices, shops, or other appropriate spaces. Your first few jobs might be small. That's okay. Your goal is to build a reputation. Do a good job. Show up on time. Communicate professionally. Treat the customer's property with respect. Then ask satisfied customers for referrals or permission to use testimonials. Eventually, you can create recurring cleaning arrangements. And recurring customers are extremely valuable because you don't have to start from zero every week. As the business grows, you can hire additional cleaners and build a system around the service. What started as one person with cleaning supplies can potentially become a larger local service business. Business number 2, car wash or mobile car cleaning. The second idea is car cleaning. People love clean cars, and depending on where you live, there may be plenty of potential customers. The advantage of starting small is that you don't necessarily need to rent a large building immediately. You can potentially offer mobile cleaning services where you travel to customers, provided local rules and practical conditions allow it. You could offer basic exterior cleaning, interior cleaning, vacuuming, dashboard cleaning, seat cleaning, or more detailed detailing services as your skills and equipment improve. Start with the services you can perform well, then reinvest your profits into better equipment. As your reputation grows, you can introduce packages. For example, basic cleaning, interior cleaning, full detailing, monthly cleaning plans. The key is not to compete only on price. Compete on quality, convenience, reliability, and customer service. If you arrive when you said you would and leave the customer's car looking significantly better, people have a reason to come back. Business number 3, phone and electronics repair. The third business is phone and electronics repair. We live in a world where people depend heavily on smartphones and electronic devices. When something breaks, many people would rather repair it than immediately buy a new device. This creates opportunities for skilled technicians. But there's an important difference between this business and the first 2. You need technical knowledge. You shouldn't start repairing expensive devices for customers before you know what you're doing. Start by learning. Practice on old or inexpensive devices. Learn how different components work. Understand common faults. Learn proper safety procedures. Once you become competent, you can offer simple services. For example, screen replacement, battery replacement, charging port repair, software troubleshooting, device setup, data transfer. Depending on your expertise and local regulations, you can expand into more advanced repairs. The advantage of developing a technical skill is that you're not just selling a product. You're selling expertise and problem solving, and those can become valuable assets. Business number 4, laundry and ironing services. Here's a business that many people overlook. Laundry and ironing services. Think about how much time people spend washing, drying, folding, and ironing clothes. Busy professionals, students, families, small businesses, hotels, guest houses, and other customers may be willing to pay someone else to handle these tasks. You can start small. You don't necessarily need a commercial laundry facility immediately. Depending on your resources, you can begin with basic equipment and a manageable number of customers. You could offer washing, drying, folding, ironing, packaging, and delivery. One important factor is organization. You need a system for keeping customer clothes separated and properly labeled. You also need to communicate clearly about pricing and turnaround time. Trust is extremely important. Customers are giving you their personal belongings. If you build a reputation for reliability and careful handling, you can create repeat business. And repeat customers can turn a small service into predictable income. Business number 5, food or snack business. The fifth idea is a food business. Food is one of the most consistent markets because people need to eat every day. But you don't need to open a restaurant. That's where many beginners make a mistake. They think, I need a building, I need tables, I need employees, I need expensive equipment. Not necessarily. You can start much smaller depending on local health regulations and licensing requirements. You might specialize in one product: snacks, baked goods, lunch boxes, sandwiches, traditional foods, desserts, drinks, or another product that people in your area already want. The key is specialization. Instead of trying to sell everything, become known for one or two things. For example, imagine someone becomes known for making excellent meat pies, or fresh bread, or a particular type of lunch. Customers know exactly what they're coming to you for. Then you can grow, improve packaging, increase production, build relationships with businesses, offer bulk orders, create catering packages, and eventually develop a recognizable food brand. But remember, food businesses are subject to health, safety, and licensing requirements. Make sure you follow the rules in your area. Business number 6, graphic design and video services. The sixth business is based on a skill rather than physical inventory. Graphic design and video services. Businesses constantly need visual content: logos, flyers, posters, social media graphics, product advertisements, YouTube thumbnails, promotional videos, music videos, corporate videos, and other forms of content. If you already have a computer or smartphone capable of handling basic creative work, you may be able to start with very little additional investment. The key is building a portfolio. If you don't have clients yet, create sample projects. Design a fictional restaurant advertisement. Create a sample YouTube thumbnail. Edit a short promotional video. Create a sample logo. Then show potential customers what you can do. You don't need hundreds of examples. You need a few strong examples that demonstrate your ability. Once you get your first customers, focus on quality. Deliver on time. Communicate clearly. Ask for testimonials. And gradually increase your prices as your skill and reputation improve. You can eventually move from individual projects into recurring contracts. For example, instead of designing one poster for a business, you could manage their monthly visual content. That's how a skill can become a business. Business number 7. Home and office maintenance services. The seventh business is a broad but powerful category: home and office maintenance. People constantly need help with everyday maintenance: furniture assembly, painting, basic landscaping, yard maintenance, minor repairs, pressure washing, moving assistance, installation services. Depending on your qualifications and local regulations, you can offer different services based on what you are trained and legally permitted to do. The secret is specialization. Don't tell people, I can do everything. Tell them exactly what problem you solve. For example, I provide professional lawn maintenance. Or, I specialize in furniture assembly. Or, I provide residential pressure washing. Specific services are easier for customers to understand. And when people know exactly what you do, it's easier for them to recommend you. Start with a service you can perform safely and professionally. Then build a reputation. How to choose the right business. Now you might be thinking, which one should I start? Don't choose simply because someone says it's profitable. Choose based on 3 things. Number 1, what problem exists in your area? Look around. What do people complain about? What services are difficult to find? What do businesses need regularly? Number 2, what can you actually do well? If you have no experience, choose something you are willing to learn properly. Don't pretend to have skills you don't have. Number 3, what can you start with your current resources? If you have $100, don't build a business model that requires $10,000. Start with what you can realistically afford. Don't spend all your money before getting customers. This is one of the biggest mistakes new entrepreneurs make. They spend money on a logo, business cards, a fancy website, office furniture, expensive equipment, inventory, packaging, and other things. Then they realize they don't have customers. Don't confuse preparation with progress. A beautiful logo doesn't guarantee sales. A website doesn't guarantee customers. Expensive equipment doesn't guarantee profit. Customers create revenue. So your first goal should be testing whether people are actually willing to pay for your offer. Start simple. Find customers. Make sales, then reinvest. Start with one customer. You don't need 100 customers to start a business. You need one. Find one person who has a problem you can solve. Offer your service. Do an excellent job. Get feedback. Improve. Then find another customer. Then another. Your first 10 customers can teach you more than hours of planning. They'll tell you what people actually want. They'll tell you what they're willing to pay. They'll reveal problems with your process. And they'll help you understand how to improve your business. Turn one-time customers into repeat customers. Here's where a small business becomes much more powerful. Imagine you clean someone's house once. You make 30, that's good. But what if they book you every week? Now, one customer could potentially generate hundreds of dollars over time. The same applies to car cleaning, laundry, food, maintenance, graphic design, video editing. Many businesses can benefit from recurring customers. So don't only ask, how can I make this sale? Ask, how can I create an experience that makes this customer want to return? Quality creates repeat business. Reliability creates trust. And trust creates long-term customers. Reinvest your first profits. When you make your first money, don't immediately spend all of it. Take a portion and reinvest it. Maybe you need better tools. Maybe better packaging. Maybe transportation. Maybe marketing. Maybe training. Maybe additional inventory. Maybe software. The exact reinvestment depends on the business. But the principle is simple. Use some profits to make the business stronger. This can help you move from a small side hustle toward a more professional operation. The 30-Day Business Challenge. If you're serious about starting something, here's a simple challenge. For the next 30 days, focus on one business idea. During the first week, research your local market. Identify potential customers. Find out what competitors offer. Look at pricing. Then create a simple offer. During the second week, contact potential customers. Don't just post once and wait. Talk to people. Ask businesses. Ask friends for referrals. Visit potential customers where appropriate. During the third week, deliver your first jobs. Focus on quality. Get feedback. Take photos of your work where appropriate and with permission. During the fourth week, improve your process. Adjust your pricing. Improve your service. Ask satisfied customers for referrals. Then repeat the cycle. The biggest lesson. You don't need to start big. You need to start usefully. A small business is simply a solution to a problem that someone is willing to pay for. That's it. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need the perfect logo. You don't need a huge office. You don't need hundreds of products. You need a customer with a problem. And you need the ability to solve that problem profitably. Start there. Final message. Let's quickly recap the 7 businesses. Number 1, cleaning services. Number 2, car washing and mobile car cleaning. Number 3, phone and electronics repair. Number 4, laundry and ironing services. Number 5, food and snack businesses. Number 6, graphic design and video services. Number 7, home and office maintenance services. Each of these businesses can be started on a small scale, but none of them guarantees success. Your results will depend on your location, skills, pricing, competition, customer demand, execution, and ability to manage costs. The important thing is to stop thinking that entrepreneurship requires a huge amount of money. Sometimes your biggest asset isn't money. It's your ability to solve a problem. You can start with one customer, one service, one product, one skill. Then improve. Reinvest. Build your reputation. Get repeat customers. Create systems. And gradually grow. So if you've been waiting until you have enough money to start, ask yourself a different question. What can I start with what I already have? Because your first business doesn't have to be your final business. It simply needs to teach you how to create value, make sales, serve customers, manage money, and build something of your own. Start small, start intelligently, and most importantly, start with a real problem that people are willing to pay you to solve. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.